folks, welcome to My Kitten Reads. I'm Eleanor and this is my TBR for the October 2023 Dewey's 24-hour readathon. Yes, it's that time of year again, it's readathon time, and I'm actually giving you a TBR like a week before it happens. Well, not quite. I meant to record this yesterday, but it didn't happen, so that's happening on Monday evening, if I can speak. So yes, my TBR, it's a prospective TBR. But I think it's a pretty decent one. So let's see, what do we have? So the first thing that is on my list for the inevitable time where I either go for a walk or go to the gym, which on a Sunday I probably will, is my current ebook, which is for the gym, which I just started on the weekend. And that is Codex Born by Jim C. Hines. This is the second in the Magic Ex Libris series that comes after Libriomancer. And as much as I didn't remember much of Libriomancer when I reread it, I remember literally nothing about this book. Nothing. No idea what happens in it, to be honest. Some of Libriomancer felt familiar. This doesn't. I did read it apparently in 2014, so that's 9 years ago. Yeah, don't remember a thing. So this is continuing the reread, this is the point that I got up to, and I have book 3 and book 4 physically sitting on my TBR shelf. So that's the reason that I'm rereading these books, so I can finally finish the series. So that is my ebook when I need it. The next thing on my list, as long as it's not finished before then, and it probably won't be, is Skin of the Sea by Natasha Bowen. So this is one of my Outcrate books. I'm a little over halfway through, I think. I'm enjoying it. It's YA, it's fantasy, it's sort of, I think Nigerian-based mermaid fantasy. Deals a lot with the slave trade, because our mermaid, the reason that she is a mermaid is because one of the Orisa, I think they call them, but sort of demigods, decided that the best way to deal with the slave trade without completely interfering, because they're not supposed to interfere with humanity, was to create these, I think, 7 mermaids, essentially, although that's not what they call them, to help the dead who are thrown into the sea from these ships on their journey to the afterlife, and make it easier for them so that they go with blessings. But the compassion of our main character means she saves someone who is still alive, and then has to, because that is interfering, has to go on a quest in order to find things she needs to make amends with the creator of all. So I'm enjoying it. It's a bit of a slow go because I'm sort of like, it's new and I've just not dedicated huge chunks of time. I kind of pick it up and read a couple of chapters and then move on to something else. But I am enjoying it very much so. So looking forward to at least finishing that. Also on my list of things to read if I want a break is I am currently not quite halfway through Love and Friendship and Other Youthful Writings by Jane Austen. So this is basically the collection of what survives of her writing up until about the age of 21. It's getting a little bit more interesting now as I get along, because a lot of the early stuff is very fragmented and very sarcastic and very ridiculous. Starting to get things in a bit more of a plotline now, but it's still very epistolary. So enjoying it. It's amusing. Not quite up to her other work, obviously, but yeah, still quite enjoying reading this every now and then. If I want some non-fiction, it's finally time to pick this up again, A Wealth of Women by Alison Alexander. So I read the preface to this, essentially, and yeah, the first chapter, years ago at this stage, and just never returned to it. But it's essentially an exploration of women through history in Australia. So yeah, into various categories of various different women. So that is on my non-fiction list. If I end up wanting an audiobook, one of my current audiobooks is think it's called Our Daughters of Freedom by Claire Wright, which is about Australia's influence on the worldwide Votes for Women movement. So that's there if I want it, although honestly I kind of want to avoid Australian politics at the moment. So it depends on whether I want to read an audiobook or not. And then the two other things on my list. I plan to start Amanda Gorman's Call Us What We Are, What We Carry. So this is the poetry collection that I believe includes the poem she wrote for, was it Biden's inauguration a couple of years ago, I think. I went out because I really enjoyed her reading of that poem, so I went out and I bought the collection, but I haven't actually managed to pick it up yet. So this is a young Black American poet, so it's about time I started another poetry collection. So that is definitely on my list of things to pick up as sort of palate cleansers in between other reading, or if I need a break. And then the other thing on my list is Shadowfall by Alexander Freed. So this is the second book in the Alphabet Squadron series of Star Wars novels. I really enjoyed the first one. Read it years ago, didn't get it, bought the second one, didn't get around to reading it. So I recently reread the first one, Alphabet Squadron, and this is the sequel. So it's been sitting on my TBR shelf for a while, and I am hoping to get it off the TBR shelf and continue with the series, because I really haven't read enough of the new expanded universe novels of Star Wars, given how much I loved the old Legends ones as a kid. So yeah, those are the things that are on my TBR for Dewey's 24-hour readathon on the weekend. I don't know how much I will actually get through, but I've got the day off on the Monday, so I can put all my energy into it, although I do need to remember to do my uni work first, the day before. But yes, so those are the things I plan to try and read on the weekend. I will probably, as usual, vlog the experience, and so you will probably get a video out of me right at the end of next weekend. All right, see you again really soon. Bye.